That is it.
In brutal fashion.
Oh, no.
Absolute devastating dynamite power by Nakatani, and now there is a situation in the ring with Moloney. They need medical attention in there right away. That was as brutal of a single punch.
Oh my gosh, the end was near. I was hoping he was going to make it to the end of the fight, but he didn't. Prayers to Andrew Moloney. I hope he's okay. He's still down on the canvas. He's just been knocked out brutally in the 12th round with about 1 minute or so left for the WBO 115-pound title. With this type of knockout and with the future right now, the future is looking pretty bleak for him in the 115-pound division. His brother, Jason, who is considered, by media and fans to be the better of the two, won the WBO title last week off of, was it vacant? I forgot. I'm just right now, hope he's okay. He's still down on the canvas. He was dropped twice before in the fight. Junto Nakatani moving up now to be a 2-division champion. Oh, he's okay. He's getting up. Oh, no. Oh, my gosh. Oh, no. So the question is, before I bring my colleague in from Australia, Big J, is do you go back to rebuild? See, I don't believe that when a fighter loses that they're done. This is the first time he's been stopped in his career, but it was getting ugly. Me personally, I thought it was going to happen with the body shots. Then there was the uppercut. Then it was the straight. He just couldn't do anything. Don't get me wrong. He's got moxie. He was in there fighting, doing his best, but it was damn. So now the 115-pound division is a little bit all over the place. Where, politically. So Junto Nakatani is definitely in the mix. I'm going to see if I can get you a replay, brief legal fair use highlight replay of that knockout, because that was a knockout. There wasn't a stoppage. He was laid out. I'm glad that he's up on the stool in the ring. He's okay. But I'm TstreeTCONTROVERSY with FightView 360 and TraversialMedia.com. This is the main event of the prelims that's leading into the Devin Haney versus Vasyl Lomachenko. There's Jason. Pay-per-view that's starting in 15 minutes, 10 p.m. Eastern. It's 9:45. It's going to get ugly. Oh, no, no! Folded him. Ooh. And the way his legs bent the back of him, that's ugly. Oh, my gosh. Now, this is right now for this card. This is the knockout of the day, period. It's probably going to go down as one of the knockouts of the year, especially in this level of championship fights. And he paused it. He dropped his hand, was going to swing, and then it caught him. Whew. Let's listen to the post-fight interview and the post-fight content. And right now, I don't like saying that fighters are done, but where does he fit into the mix at 115 pounds? Now, he's 32 years old. You're not really done. He has had a nice streak. He's not done. It's just that you got to go back to rebuilding. So does he have that confidence or that will to go back and rebuild? Because where's he going to rebuild at? 115 and run into Nakatani again? Run into Franco? Run into Juan Francisco Estrada? Nonito Donaire, I read earlier, just so happens he's moving back down to 115. That's what Rachel Donaire told his wife and manager, the handler of his career, told a Filipino boxing outlet. Take a time out. Please like the video, subscribe, and TstreeTCONTROVERSY with FightView 360. We're going to do a jump cut.
Great knockouts this year in boxing. That is the front runner for knockout of the year. And I don't know that anything's going to challenge it. Unbelievable conclusion by Junto Nakatani. Let's go to Mark Kriegel with a superstar fighter.
Thank you, Joe. I'm here with the presumable next opponent for whoever wins this evening's main event. Who do you like, Shakur, and why?
I like Devin because I feel like Devin is younger, fresher, and he's a bigger fighter. So
I'm not trying to hear from Shakur. I'm trying to hear from Junto.
Devin going all the way back to the amateurs. What happened yesterday at the weigh-in, was that really him, and does it matter?
Nah, I don't think it was him. I think it was more so building the fight. Probably promotion. That's what I think it was.
Do you think it changed anything?
Nah, I don't think it got nothing to do with the fight. I think their preparation is going.
We're waiting for my colleague Big J to call and get his thoughts on what can be possibly next for Andrew Moloney. And I'm interested in what you guys think. I'm not ready to say retire yet. It all depends on where he's at mentally, and where does he fit in the division, because it's not a fight like where you can look and say, okay, well, build yourself back up to fight Nakatani again. Remember, Nakatani is new to the division. Wow. It's going to be, man. By the way, there's Devin Haney and Andre Ward. I want to listen to this, but we're going to wait for my colleague Big J to call. We're going to do a little bit of a jump cut. Please subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at TstreeTCONTROVERSY. Also, Big J at Old Mate Big J. All right, yeah, we got my colleague Big J. Brutal. That was very difficult to see. What do you think?
Fucking disgusting. They should have stopped it. And Angelo Hyder, as much as I love and respect him, is going to get a shitload of criticism coming his way, and it's fully deserved. Mm-hmm. They shouldn't have sent him back out for that 12th round. This is a prime example of stopping a fight 20 punches early rather than one punch too late.
Yeah.
And I don't see how Andrew recovers from this, because that's a sort of knockout that destroys a fighter's career, mentally and physically.
I was just saying that. I was thinking that maybe they knew he was losing the fight, and it was like, listen, we're gonna let you go out on your shield and not stop it. But they did say if you was taking too much punishment going into that 12th, we're going to stop it. But he didn't really take too much until you can tell that Nakatani was trying to finish him. But I was saying the same
Tim Bradley
thing.
had it.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Tim Bradley had it. He was just waiting for that one shot, and he got it.
Got it.
Another 20 seconds, and the bell would have rung, and he would have been fined. I mean, that's boxing. But Andrew was well behind on the cards. He had 2 knockdowns. There was no way in hell he was going to win. They should have said, "Nah, bugger it. Live the fight another day. We'll stop the fight." And because look at what happened. I mean, it's a 50-50 thing. It really is a flip of a coin, right? I mean, it's always a 50-50 thing. It always goes really, really good or really, really bad. And unfortunately for Team Moloney, it went really, really bad.
So, where does he go from here?
Yeah.
I think, it's hard to say because it's like, where is he at mentally? But, like, what is he going to do? Go back to rebuilding? He's 32 years old. And then what is he going to rebuild to? To run back into Nakatani? Or to run back into Joshua Franco? Or the Juan Francisco Estrada?
Well, there's the IBF champ.
Yeah, but he would probably cook him too. I don't know. It's right now. I don't like saying fighters should retire, especially after losing. This is the first time he's been knocked out. That was a brutal knockout, but I'm wondering if he can get the motivation back to go back to rebuilding and build himself back up, especially after seeing his brother win in such a good fashion last week. Even though we knew and we talked about that Nakatani was the tougher fight of the two brothers between Vincent Astrolabio and the fight this weekend, but that was brutal. I don't know, and I have the rankings pulled up right here. Like what's the rebuilding process going to look like? It's I don't know, man. I can't wait to see what he has to say.
Yeah, well, the thing is that you can't really count a fighter out because you got to remember Sam Solomon won his first title at 40, so you can't. And Sam Solomon, around the same age. I think Sam Solomon was around 33 when Mundine absolutely destroyed him in 2007 in their rematch. And it was very similar to this fight. It was very similar to this fight. I mean, I think it was round 7 or 8 that Mundine, there were several knockdowns and then Mundine just cleared his clock. Very similar to that.
Yeah, but this was brutal though. Yeah. That, as you said, when you first got on, that's a career-changing, fighter mentality-changing knockout. He was down for a while.
Yeah, well, we thought the same when Lucas Brown got bloody Dylan White punched the shit out of him, but Lucas Brown got back up. So it's to the individual fighter. I mean, you can't really tell someone, you need to retire. especially someone who's never boxed in their lives. But for, I mean, at the end of the day, you're better off walking away healthy, wealthy, and wise and fighting on for another few years and then having problems later in life, because fuck that. So,
I mean, as we talked about, Top Rank did take care of the Moloney brothers. They fulfilled their promises. They put them on high-profile cards. They got them their title shots. But, it's...
I have a problem with this. I have a problem with this particular fight. How is this not worthy being on the main card?
Yeah, you know what? I thought that as well. Likely because here in the States, they probably wanted to put like this high, like championship fight to lead into the pay-per-view to actually help build pay-per-view buys. That's what I'm getting from it.
Yeah,
And technically, they're kind of getting what they wanted, because it did end in a brutal knockout to make people say, "Oh shit, you know what? I am going to buy that pay-per-view because that may happen again because the pay-per-view starting in 5 minutes."
Yeah, that's true, and it hasn't been a good day because everyone I wanted to win's lost. Dennis lost, Katie lost, Andrews lost.
Yeah,
so
yeah. Well, that DAZN card was a disaster for Irish fighters. The three,
absolutely.
Yeah, all three of them. Dennis Hogan, Gary Cully got knocked out, and then Katie Taylor lost. So that was a disastrous card for Ireland today. And then now, you got Andrew getting. I mean, we were talking about him possibly losing, and the bookies were right to have picked Junto to be the favorite. But for him to get brutally knocked out like that, I would have maybe thought a body shot, maybe take a knee, maybe a referee stoppage, but not to be laid the fuck out, like, legs bent and back.
I would have thought an easy UD where similar to Franco, where he just got completely outclassed.
Yeah.
Similar to the first Franco fight where he just kept going, but he was just completely outboxed. But I didn't think that he was going to get laid the fuck out like that. I mean, that is hard to watch, and I hope Andrew's all right. I've got nothing but love for the Moloney brothers. They've spoken to us many, many times. But yeah, that's just sad to see. Angela Hyde is going to cop all the criticism in the world, and unfortunately, rightfully so. They shouldn't have sent him back out there. But again, that's boxing. It's a 50-50 thing. If he 20 extra seconds, he would have went the distance. He would have lost easy on points. Everyone would have said, "Oh well, what a gutsy thing to do." Blah 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 blah. But it went the other way, and I mean, the boxing fans are going to, especially the boxing media, are going to be asking questions. So,
okay, so now let's talk about the hot seat. I'll go first. What do I think he should do? One more fight, possibly be on the card with his brother. A fight in Australia, a fight that he can win, and go from there. To see, how he feels. And likely look at that next fight as possibly a retirement fight, because we don't know how he's going to look going forward in the division right now. What is he going to be building back up to? So basically, I'm saying that the end is near. Maybe his next fight should be his last fight and go out on top. What do you think? Hot seat. Should he keep going, build back up, or should, he start wrapping it up?
No, I mean, you got to remember, he's taken a few beatdowns. Like the first Franco fight was a complete beatdown. The third one was, he didn't get beat up in that fight, but
the outclass.
Yeah, as we said, he was completely outclassed. But to be knocked brutally out like that's life-changing shit. And he doesn't have, like, if he was 25, you'd be like, all right, pick up, dust yourself off. Yeah, but he's not 25, he's 32.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he's also got, a family to think about and all this sort of stuff. I would probably say, maybe way back off. But, I mean, to be honest, do you ever see him winning a world title?
No, I don't see it, unfortunately. No disrespect to him, but, and he's had multiple chances. They've tried. They got him in shots. But right now, with the way things are going, no. So it's like, okay, well, what are you fighting for? You're fighting for money. You're fighting to try to get that one more shot. And also, will the promoter, Top Rank, really be pushing for him to get a title shot again,
Oh, who knows? I mean, after that performance, who knows? I mean,
because I don't see him beating any of the top guys.
Exactly, when he hasn't beaten anyone at the top. Because Franco was a weight-drained bantamweight.
Yeah, correct.
Franco come down from 118.
Yeah.
So he hasn't beaten anyone top tier, championship caliber at 115. He just got leveled by a blown up flyweight.
Yeah.
So it's all the evidence is pointing to, maybe you need to give it away. So you're better off being, you're better off being safe than sorry, because you don't want permanent injuries, and no amount of money is worth that sort of crap. I'll tell you that for free. So
yeah, well, all right. Closing thoughts.
Very
Might be our
disappointing.
last Andrew Moloney video.
Yeah, might be. Hopefully not. I don't think it will be, but if it is, he's had a brilliant career. He's done Australia proud. You can't say anything, bad against him. He's a hell of a nice bloke. Him and his brother. But I just hope he's all right and that he has a good, 6 months off and has a really good think about what he wants to do. So he can't follow his brother around anymore.
Yeah.
So he's got to separate himself from his brother. That would probably be the one piece of advice I would give him. Be like, well, whatever Jason does, you've got to take care of yourself. So,
yeah. Thank you to Moloney for helping us out through the years by giving us content on the channel, answering our questions, being courteous and professional. But I think that when his brother does go home, to go on that card and fight a fight that he can win, and I think that he should call it quits. My personal opinion. That's what I think, because it's going to be a tough road to get back, to the top, unless you just want to stay around and make money, but after a while, it's like, as you said, if he does continue on the fight, him and his brother, they got to create their own paths now. His brother, is a champion, and he's going to be going on to fights, to be likely fights that he can win against a unified champion. So, Jason has a chance to be unified, so he's levels above, like right now, Andrew. And who knows, maybe Andrew can, we know they've been working each other's corner, but now he could probably take a bigger role in helping his brother's career,
Yeah, exactly. And if all else turns to shit, they can always fight each other.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did bring that up. Yeah, there you go. Thanks for watching. Take your time out. Like the video, subscribe. And TstreeTCONTROVERSY and Big J with Fight V360.